Welcome back to DivaDollFlawless. In today's video, I just wanted to post my update to the letter that the CEO of Cricut sent out in regards to the backlash that they got about the recent changes they were going to do to the free version of the Cricut design space. Now, this letter is here for you all to read, so you can pause it, screenshot, do whatever it is that you want, and go ahead and read through this yourself. But basically what they decided to do was to keep everything the same until December 31st, 2021. And that is going to pretty much grandfather you in for the life of your machine. And this is the wording that you need to be mindful of when these type of things happen, because I think this is kind of what got us in this predicament at this point in time. As I stated, I did my research before I bought the machine, and it was very clearly stated that Cricut felt that creative freedom should have been free, that the design software was not necessary as far as a purchase, that the software was free and available for me to use specifically so that I can upload my own designs. So I did my research and I had that very clear. But this wording that's in this email does not make me feel comfortable with the fact knowing that at any point in time, and they are going to, I mean, it's just going to be in 2022. If something happens to one of my machines or both of my machines or any of the machines that I have gifted to someone else, we are going to be potentially paying a lifetime fee to them again. And unfortunately for me, I don't feel comfortable any longer with investing more money in Cricut's machines. The only thing that we have to make these machines work is specifically the design space software. As a Cricut consumer for years, I've done plenty of workarounds to try to just get past it and just deal with it. And unfortunately, you don't really realize what the machine can and can't do until you've already purchase the machine and have already put in the hours it takes to try out the different projects. When I first got my Cricut makers, I didn't know anything about an offset. It wasn't until after I decided that I wanted to maybe make some stickers or some images with this that I started researching, can I do this? Can I do that? And started to slowly realize a lot of what I could not do versus what I was told I would be able to do. So that's how I pretty much landed in this spot. Do I still love my Cricut makers? I absolutely do. Do I still stand behind the products that I purchased for others? I absolutely do. But unfortunately, the one thing that makes those products work is the biggest issue here, which is the design space software. I did learn this much. Cricut is a cloud-based software, so I really don't want to be involved in anything that is cloud-based. That means that I could potentially lose all of my stuff. I'm one of those firm believers in always having like external hard drives so that I can back things up. My pictures, I don't like keeping all of that stuff in just my phone. God forbid something happens to my phone and now I no longer have them. I like to print things out, get hard copies of stuff. So the idea and the biggest thing that kind of was like a light bulb moment, like, hey, hold on, Cricut can now brick my machine at any point in time. I learned that, and it was by Cricut showing us this flaw and why I need to definitely be more open to different machines within my craft spaces. I have multiple offices with multiple Cricut machines and thousands of dollars in supplies. And this is not even someone who is I'm not a business owner, meaning I use my products for my business, but I do not use my products because I'm specifically selling Cricut products. I use these things for my children, whether it be gifts, for our family business. There's a lot that I use my machines for so that we don't really have to outsource things, but there's no way in the world I want to have it so that Cricut can just take all of the designs that I have had and just keep them from me. I mean, just because I don't want to pay them a lifetime fee. So I did learn that Silhouette was a lot better in that, which I was already kind of fully aware that there was a huge difference in the software, because I can actually save my designs. Nothing I make in Design Space can I save. I can make it, but I cannot save it and send it to someone. I can't say, hey, I created this design, let me go ahead and share it with you. The only way to share is to share within Cricut's community and not necessarily save it to my hard drive in that sense. So there was a lot of research that was done prior to my machines, but I'm doing even more research now that I am waiting for my new Silhouette machines to come. Now, I am fully aware that there are plenty of people out there who recently purchased their Cricut machines and cannot just go out and buy a Silhouette machine. Fully aware of that. And those were the people that I was advocating for in this sense. Those who just simply put, tried Access, did not like it, do not like the designs that Cricut has to offer, does not like the fact that even though you do have Cricut Access, you still have to pay for a lot of the fonts and the designs in there, whether it be for licensing fees and such. And then there's also the elephant in the room that we all know that Cricut is trying to now go public, and that it was reported their biggest margin is the Access subscriptions. So that's the thing that they can make the most money on. So why not push it? I understand how business works. I'm fully aware of how business works. I've only been an entrepreneur for I don't know how long. And the fact that I feel like a customer really should be appreciated, because if you show them they're appreciated, they're going to continue to come. I would rather not sell you something versus sell you something that I know is not really worth your money. I'm fully aware that not every business thinks like that, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of different options out there, and because Cricut has a cult following, we kind of have gotten caught into this habit of being so loyal to a brand that we don't see how it's not necessarily working for our benefit and it's not making our dollars work for us. I'm not one of those influencers. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years at this point. I've been given free product, and I still will speak very transparent about whether or not something does or does not work. And I am also aware that if I decide that I want to showcase a product on my channel, that instead of going directly to the company with the problem, anyone who's watching it and buying because they saw what I put out there, they're going to come to me and ask me how I feel. And I also saw a lot of people complaining that these influencers who continue to push products from Cricut, who have these links for Cricut, who are having these lifestyles and profits and so on and so forth, solely based on promoting Cricut, and did not want to say anything either because they couldn't or because they just chose to just take the road of, I'm not going to say anything because I would rather protect myself and my profit, my pocketbook, versus telling how I truly feel about this, and also allowing my customers or my viewers the chance to have free speech in the comment section. All of that was kind of like shut down, both from Cricut and from a lot of these bigger influencers. And for me personally, it just put a bad taste in my mouth. So I personally decided that yes, I am still going to get my money's worth for my investments, but will I be replacing my machines? Absolutely not, which is the reason why I decided to go ahead and buy the equivalent of my machines from Silhouette. And I will do unboxings, I'll do all of that, and I'll share with you, but I still feel it's up to you as the consumer to either stick with Cricut or not, based off of what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it is your choice. You do have a choice, and we all just need to be aware of what it is that we're investing in when we do. I did my research, and even still, I guess the research didn't pan out, because they ended up doing something that they said they wouldn't do, or that they were not trying to do. And I had no clue that Cricut was going to do this. We've only been begging for this update for the longest, and really I'm not even worried about an offset. I'm more worried about Design Space just being stable and actually working and using its own designs. I mean, Cricut crashes even with its own designs. So it's not even just that we're uploading designs to Design Space and then they're trying to limit our access to them, but it's just the simple fact that Design Space, period, is not a great program at all. It's not hard, in my opinion, to figure out. It really isn't, but you will get limited very soon. So then you have to figure out different hacks on different things you want to use. And I get it. Who wants to pay for things outside of Cricut when you can just have your machine do what it should be doing for you? So those are my thoughts on this. That's my takeaway on this. And at the end of the day, they did roll back the decision, and now it's on us to take this new idea or this fresh look at to what Cricut is capable of and deciding, do we want to stick and stay? Do we want to maybe expand a little bit so that we're not kind of stuck if they decide that they're going to do anything else? And the good thing about it, a lot of people started asking questions. Is this going to be the new norm for programs like this? And the answer is no, because Silhouette had made a statement basically saying that they had no intentions of doing this, that their software is free unless you decide to purchase your upgrade. And this information is actually known prior to you buying a Silhouette machine. So those are my thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching, and please be sure to share your opinions and help anyone else who maybe have had some questions about this so that they too can make an informed decision on what they feel that they want to do, which is best for them. Have a gorgeous day, Doll. Smooches. Mwah. Bye.